Hello everybody and welcome back to Gotham Lounge. My name is Joe and today we are back at it with another episode of LA Noire. So in the last case that we had worked on, we discovered a woman's body found abandoned up on a hill near a hobo camp, which turns out the hobo cult leader, so to speak, was the one that we found guilty of the murder. So now we're getting ready to move on to the next case in this game. So before we continue, just want to give a friendly disclaimer and reminder that this game is rated M for mature for graphic violence, foul language, use of drug and alcohol, and some, foul language I think I already mentioned. So I hope you guys are enjoying the playthrough so far, and here's this next case, the studio secretary murder. I'm loving all the feedback that I'm getting regarding this game, and this game is absolutely fantastic. And here's a woman just stumbling near a railroad. Oh yeah, and we have a guy with a lug nut wrench right on the other side. Yeah, but we know what happens here.
We were looking. Yes, I'm aware that it's an negotiation. Keep a hold of your hot guys. Now is not the time to lose your. It would appear that someone has hugged a rose gold wedding ring, matching engagement.
Deirdre Mullah.
The address is 348 South Main Street. The Mullah case goes before the grand jury next week. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. You have another four enforcement found this morning inside the railroad.
Right, Skipper.
Alright, off we go.
Put him down with my saddle.
The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
Exactly, did you get that book of riddles stuffed up your ass? That was your old man, big college.
Oh, no. We don't have any suspects to interview yet. Can't go in there. Where are we going? Oh, I went out the wrong exit.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Alright, Rusty, I'm trusting you to drive since apparently I'm having some issues with directions. We're gonna go to the pawnbroker first.
You've got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone could pawn a ring.
But if you take it along with all of the other indicators...
Cole, Hugo Moeller was identified by the school's ground. He's our guy.
This has fingered the wrong guy before.
He ran, for God's sake.
And he always maintained he was set up.
But he made himself seem so guilty, which... all the reason to charge him. Here we are, at the pawnbroker. See if these rings look distinct at all. Let's go inside.
How can I help you, boys?
We need some help,
Detectives
sir.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremer. We're gonna get something for this pledge. Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
$50?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. Feel lucky you're getting
$10 for 2 gold rings. Man, oh man. Let's take a look.
What's this mark here?
Maker's Mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Thanks for the tip.
Okay. What about this other ring?
Does this mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
22 karat gold. Okay.
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build, dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
Be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
Alright. Let's leave this pawn shop. A lot of nice stuff in here. Rusty, I need you to drive again.
You can drive. And where exactly are we going?
The rail yard where the body is. And where exactly are we going? Stop giving me sass.
We have a problem.
We could have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. Purpose having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. The Dahlia letters are genuine, but the man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Mullen.
And how do we prove that, Phil? Skipper ain't gonna like this one.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on his own vanity.
Essentially, yeah. Alright, just making sure my recording's looking pretty good so far. I won't lie, I did have some recording issues very recently, but everything seems to be going pretty smoothly now, so I'm happy about that. And I'm happy for you guys being patient with me as well.
We should keep
Alright, we need to follow this police officer.
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to go. Got it?
I get it, Rusty. I just don't like it.
Alright, here we are. The rail yard.
Hart,
And there she is.
I look after all the rail depots.
what have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuff him out.
Jameson?
Yes, please be sure.
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them.
Alright. So we have two people nearby. Excuse me. Mr. Carruthers,
What have we got here?
what do we have?
White female, approximately 40 years of age, lipstick smudges on the face, but no writing, at least nothing legible. A blunt force trauma to the temple, nose, and eye regions. Ligature marks point to the probable cause of death being strangulation.
Any idea of the time of death?
From her temperature, after midnight would be my guess.
To be honest, could be any time. After midnight's a long time. Oh. Oof.
Blood splatter on the carriage. She must have been struck while standing up.
Oof. Alright. Blood underneath the carriage, too. Alright, let's take a look at her body.
Smell?
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
The autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
Not really a pleasant smell. Nothing on her hand there. She's bruised up on her elbows, and I did notice down at her knees she's pretty bruised up also. Oh, look at
Another
this.
missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
Alright. So between midnight and 2 a.m., roughly. Now, it looks like we have the personal belongings over here on this mat. We have the purse. What do we have inside?
Someone was trying to get her to come home.
Bridgeport, Connecticut. That's a long way away from LA. And we have, looks like a film card.
We could go over to the lot and see what they know about it.
That's gonna be difficult, Cole. Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
Which is the date on the card. Huh. Wonder if it's another runaway trying to make it big in the film. Not the first time we've encountered this.
Maybe someone at Mensch's will remember her.
Mensch's Bar. And looks like we have a...
This is a chit for personal items, not booze. It's kind of worth investigating.
It's a liquor store, but this looks like... That looks like stuff you need when you move into a new place. Music's done. It's prompting me to go to the phone, which I'm going to do that first. We probably need the address of both Mensch's and or the liquor store. So let's go ahead and use the phone over here.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor, closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thanks for your help.
Just the liquor store? I mean, I guess that's a start. I anticipated he was going to look for the address to the bar. I guess not. Alright, I think this was the guy we have to talk to first. Yeah, we have to talk to first.
Homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shutting cars over to the main line when I saw this man here lying on top of this woman. The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
About 7:30 this morning, sir.
Thanks for your help. Have you given Patrolman Hart your details?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now.
Alright. Here's the other guy.
Detective Phelps, LAPD homicide.
John Ferdinand Jameson.
We need you to answer some questions, John.
If you don't mind, I prefer Ferdinand.
Don't push your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body, Ferdinand?
You sure you won't be upset?
Try me, Ferdinand.
I was kissing her.
Wow.
Shut up.
There's no
Jake,
law
you're
against
beating
it.
like a man.
Turn out your pockets, Ferdinand.
What a weirdo.
Classic Carmine.
What are you doing with this lipstick?
I got this gadget with guy putting recording devices.
Is this yours, Ferdinand?
No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick.
Rusty, stop. Don't hit him.
What were you doing?
You went through her purse?
It wasn't like she needed it. Took a look.
You must be proud of yourself with that pose. I believe your story, as odd as it is.
Did you take any money?
Wasn't any to take. I found her lipstick and her matchbook over on the mat. Not much else.
You found the body?
Yes, I did. I work here. I was coming off shift and headed home.
It's not what the other guy told us. And why didn't you report the body first?
Why didn't you report the body, Jameson? Do you know how this is going to look to a jury?
A jury? What gives? I could tell that she was dead. I came through here about midnight last night. She wasn't here then.
Let me belt him again.
You're under arrest, Jameson. We'll see how this plays out. Until then, you can think a little on how you'd like to be treated if you were found dead.
I'm telling you, it's not illegal. Me and some friends of mine...
Clyde.
Permission
get
granted.
this
Go ahead
sack
and
of
hit
shit
him.
into a cell. I'll deal with him later.
Sure, Rusty.
And he has friends that do this also? What a whack job. Alright, Rusty, we gotta get going. We need to...
Can you drive to this one?
Fine. Where are we headed?
Let's go to the liquor store first. 'Cause we actually have the address for it.
You read that those goddamn Chinese want to sell the relief food that we're sending them?
Yeah. Yeah, I read about that.
These people are starving. They can't do that.
Want to sell the food to fund the civil war against the communists.
Really? Guess that's okay then.
Armies can't fight without food.
True.
With money on weapons, but you still have to have the will to fight.
You gotta have the strength and the willpower.
Reds will win in China.
Watch your mouth. You know what you're saying?
The people of this country overthrew a king. You think the Chinese will balk at an emperor if they are starving?
Educating him with a little, logic and facts. Alright, Levine's Liquor Store. Hello, sir.
LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're making inquiries into the murder of Evelyn Summers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
New Evelyn
Unfortunately.
Summers.
Robert. Yes, I knew Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
After you.
Got some fine stuff. Let us taste it through the road. Just taste it.
He's joking, Mr. Roberts.
No, he's not.
But I probably shouldn't have let her. An alcoholic in a liquor store. That was never going to work out, was it?
No,
Take a look
that's
around.
not gonna work out. Living in the back of a liquor store and she was an alcoholic. Alright, what's over here? We have... looks like a trophy.
Did Evelyn work in the pictures? A few years ago. She worked in legal copyrights for music.
Yeah, Keystone Films. That was on the card that we found in our purse. Been there for a while. 3841.
Hadn't held down a job for quite some time before.
Or not. And a random bowling pin. Oh,
Ollie's bowling alley. Maybe Evelyn did something other than drink in her spare time.
Raleigh. I know that place. Corner of 9th and Grand. A lot of cops roll there on Tuesday night.
in her spare time. Ha ha ha. That was a lame pun. One of them must be Evelyn. I don't know who the other one is. We have... looks like... another picture.
She wasn't always such a loner.
Yeah, look at that. I mean... Seems like she has a pretty average family. But why would she run away from Connecticut out here?
Evelyn was reading
Aristotle.
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
And she was borrowing books from Grosvenor McCaffrey.
And this isn't even her book. Grosvenor McCaffrey. Interesting. Music's done. We don't need to stand on our bed. Alright. We may have some lead here. We don't know who this Grosvenor McCaffrey guy is. But his name is on that book that was in her possession. Alright, Mr. Robbins, we need to go over some things with you.
We're trying to account for Evelyn's movements yesterday.
She came by in the morning.
A social visit to pick up some of her things?
Got a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
Believable.
Any idea where the money came from?
She didn't mention it. But she did say the booze was a present for a boy. She said they had been fighting and she had to make it up to him.
Would the boy mean Grosvenor or somebody else?
Were you and Evelyn close, Mr. Robbins?
Not many people will be sad she's gone. I'll be one of the few.
That makes me feel sad. I believe him, that's true.
We got the impression that Evelyn had been sleeping rough of late.
It became difficult for me to have her stay. Her mother was trying to get her back on the straight and narrow. She's old now. To be honest, you have to have a good reason to want to get back on.
Also sad, but true. Do you know Grosvenor?
You know a friend of Evelyn's by the name of McCaffrey?
Not personally.
Not personally, but you must have heard of him since his book is here.
We're struggling for leads, Robbins. Did she know McCaffrey?
She idolized him. From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual. He seems to peddle a revolutionary stance, fixing the ills of society. You can see how it would appeal to down and outs like Evelyn.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Robbins.
No problem. Hey, I'd like to make arrangements for the funeral. You think I can get in touch with Evelyn's mother?
We can do that.
Call to the watch commander at Central Station, Mr. Robbins. We'll be trying to reach the next of kin.
Thanks.
Seems like a genuine guy. We'll get him.
Evelyn never hurt anybody.
We'll get the guy. From what we observed, she seemed like a pretty average woman, just had some issues before she got killed. Alright, we need to make our next stop.
You're behind the wheel.
And where exactly are we going?
We're going to Mensch's bar. Kind of a sad story so far. Yeah, we gotta bag this guy, whoever did this. Here we are.
Drink, fellas.
Nope, not exactly.
We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Summers.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Summers? What is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. It was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask her out.
This guy's just staring at me.
What's your name?
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Oh, that would be
If I ask you
why.
some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers, and why she was found beaten and strangled in the rail depot on Santa Fe.
Okay. I see your point.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It's more like I was aware of her.
I already don't like this guy.
Do you have a criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
Care to elaborate more on that?
You want to save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes, workers' rights, that kind of thing.
A regular fifth column. Nice to meet you, comrade.
Now, what's your relationship with Evelyn?
You say you barely knew Evelyn?
Yes, that is correct.
You barely knew Evelyn. Wow, your eyes are rolling all over the place. That's a lie.
You're lying, McCaffrey. If you look down your nose at Evelyn, you knew her, and you have some idea of what happened.
I hope you're holding aces. I'm telling you again, I barely knew them.
Yeah, I actually am holding Aces. A book with your name on it.
Why would you lend her your book on metaphysics if you only knew her in passing? It was more than that. A Renaissance man like yourself, lending his books to his acolytes.
She hounded me about that goddamn book, and then she lifts it from my apartment and lies to my face that she didn't take it, as if she could even comprehend any of it. I saw her go into a hotel with Tiernan last night.
Tiernan?
They had booze in the paper bag. He's your man.
Thank you for the information, Mr. McCaffrey.
Alright, Rusty, get in. Oh, they're calling us.
11 King.
A message from Captain Donnelly. Return to Central. Go to.
11 King, in or out? Let's not keep the man waiting, Phelps.
And the most popular songs in the land. KTI Radio.
We're gonna go to the bowling alley.
Hunger and starving.
Oops. Ah!
Oh, come on!
That is a terrible accident. Alright, you know what?
You know the way. You can drive.
Rusty, you drive. I can't believe I just did that. Bowling alley. That guy's so proud of himself.
Two on your usual lane?
I'm Detective Phelps. Homicide.
I would love to bowl, but unfortunately we have a job to do.
We're conducting an investigation, ma'am. Do you know the name Evelyn Summers?
Sounds like I should. Oh, maybe it could be Jimmy's friend.
Jimmy?
James Tiernan. He's a pin.
Okay, James Tiernan.
One day he introduced me to a lady after work. It stuck in my mind. She was much older, too old for him.
Where can we find you, Florence?
He'll be hopping around the lanes toward the back.
Thanks, ma'am. Let's go get her.
Alright. Wait, is that him? Running like a nitwit? Don't trip over the gutter.
Tiernan! LAPD!
Yep, and there he goes. He's running.
There!
Ooh, get some nice wheels here. Step on it.
For? Get after him.
We might go faster if we weren't carrying the extra weight.
Oh, ouch. Burn on
These are
Rusty.
flashy cars to be
And I
parked
crashed
outside
into a
of
bench.
The lanes attract a fast-living individual with money.
Alright, here we go.
Or a middle-aged
Come on, Rusty, get a good shot.
to feel virile. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
Ah, crap.
Another
Where'd he
one.
go?
At least we've got a suspect.
There he is.
Why do they always run? I'm sure we've got the wrong person in more than one of these homicides, but they always seem to lam it.
Rusty,
Your
keep
theories
shooting.
are not airtight by any means. Phelps, you gotta get me closer. That is the end of that. About fucking time.
Yeah, I just destroyed the crosswalk signal.
Put your hands where I
Good job, Rusty. He blew out both the left tires. He had nowhere else to go. That was a quick little stop. Alright, Tannen, why did you run? The car stopped on the trolley tracks. That's gonna be a disaster. Alright, Rusty.
You can drive.
Bye. Where are we headed?
Back to the police station. We're taking the borrowed car instead of our own car. That's okay. Excuse me. Alright, what does the captain want?
Captain is downstairs with Ray Pinker and Carruthers.
Alright, let's go. Downstairs.
Fuck you. I'm telling you, it'll never stick.
Dude, why? Someone just said F you to me.
What's this about, Captain?
Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
Evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
Copycat.
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes, the lipstick messages.
Evelyn Summers, Cartel Classic Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Charleston didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick, but she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
Sure you want to know?
Ray?
As far as we can be sure, it said cunt BE.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access. You're married. There's mortgage. Some of us like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Why are you so angry now?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat. Follow up on Evelyn Summers. I want daily reports.
Alright. Not to mention the other cases.
Got our orders. Back to the Summers case. Get an address from the captain. We'll phone tomorrow. I'll meet you outside.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
That's the guy. I hear he's an honest cop. There's an oxymoron for you.
You the one that just said F you to me earlier?
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Apartment 6, 126 Yale Street, between Ord and Alpine.
Thank you.
Alright, we have an address for McCaffrey's apartment. Let's go. Rusty, move over. You're driving.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes. And where exactly are we going?
Where you just told us to look up. We're over to McCaffrey's address.
Let me pose a question.
Depends. What you got to do with it?
Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away?
Depends.
On what?
On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the slam ever found out.
Bad morals, in my opinion. Guy will be sitting in jail for no reason. McCaffrey's apartment. What? It's apartment 6.
McCaffrey is in apartment 6.
Okay. Let's go. Now, I know these apartment buildings don't have elevators, as I've learned in the last 2 cases. So we're just gonna, well, one, find the door. Can't see that. It's probably upstairs. Alright. Oh, 5 and 6 are over here. And 6 is right here. Perfect. Just kick it in.
Doesn't look like anyone's home.
Yep, there you go. For someone who acts really stuck up, this isn't exactly a nice apartment. It's a studio. Granted, I lived in one for 4 years. Alright, what exactly are we looking for in here? What is this?
According from the letter we found beside the body. At the very least, I'd say it ties McCaffrey to the scene.
Oh boy. That's the other half of the letter. And what's this on the floor? This doesn't look good, McCaffrey.
He said he was at home. He said he didn't know her. And we have
Let's see Carruthers argue his way out of this one.
It has Rawlings Bowling Alley
Is that you, Grover?
engraved on it.
Who are you guys? What are you doing?
We're the police.
From the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McCaffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
That's not your business. Just tell us where he is.
In a hurry. Are you going to give me trouble?
He has a pigeon coop up on the roof. He spends his mornings up there when he's been drinking.
How do we get up there?
Down the hall and up the stairs.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon. Surely we can write him up to that. A citation, at least.
Alright.
Isn't that the cop that solved the big case and got
I
promoted?
thought that was him at first. Looks like him. No, he's all the way up on the roof, it looks like. There he is. We got him.
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Go, 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 go. He's running too.
Sit down and we'll talk.
Down, get down. Oh my God.
You a runner, McCaffrey? Stay and fight a good fight.
Count, man. He's running on a hangover. That's not gonna end well for you.
There he is.
Give it up.
See him?
LAPD.
I'm not signing autographs. I need to catch this guy that's running from me. Alright. He just slowed down for a minute. Gotcha!
McCaffrey, you're under arrest on suspicion of murdering Evelyn Summers.
Just punch him in the back of the head. It's one way to arrest someone.
We need to get downtown and wrap this thing up. It's got to be McCaffrey. Unless Tiernan set him up. I don't think that asshole Jameson could have done it, do you?
I'm inclined to believing anything.
So what's that Dahlia fuck?
How do you know that McCaffrey didn't do the Dahlia?
They have a list of over 200 suspects. His name was never on it.
If you think the list is exhaustive, Rusty, who am I to argue?
Listen, let's just work the case at hand, shall we? Then we can sit down and put all the puzzle pieces together in the later game.
I'll hold you to that.
Alrighty, we have both suspects in custody. Now we just need to fish out whatever we can out of both of them. They all look like they're the same height.
One of these suspects, Jim.
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. I think Jameson's an aberration.
All right. I'll deal with that degraded lunatic myself. He's got some fearful retribution. Tiernan isn't one, McCaffrey's in two. I want the confession from one of them. And Fairman, of course.
Oh boy. This sounds like this is going to be one of those, make sure you pick the right suspect. And the last time I messed up. Alright, Tiernan.
Why did you run, Tiernan?
Why did you run?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
True.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
That's a lie, sir.
Keep lying to me and I'll have you charged and in front of a grand jury before your feet touch the ground.
How can you possibly prove Evelyn and I were more than friends?
McCaffrey sold you out, sir.
McCaffrey gave you up, Tiernan. He says he saw you go into your hotel with Evelyn.
I met Evelyn at the public library. We would read for a while and then go for a drink. Last night, we went back to my hotel room and had some more to drink. I must have passed out. I woke up and she was gone.
What time was this?
Around midnight, maybe later.
And there's no one who can confirm this.
No, there isn't. I knew you wouldn't believe me.
That's not looking good. Book.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at it once and laughed in her face.
You're saying Evelyn stole it.
She wanted something of his.
How did that make you feel?
We either hang this on you or McCaffrey. You better give us something.
Well, McCaffrey's been in trouble with the law before. I mean, he always makes out it was some kind of labor dispute, but I'm not so sure.
You and Evelyn were drinking together last night. She had no other place to stay.
I don't know what remember.
Lie.
You're lying, Tiernan. You've been fighting with her. You fought, and...
I'm not lying! She got up and left, that was it!
Not true, according to the liquor purchase. You guys were fighting beforehand.
She left, but she came back. She bought you a quart of whiskey to make it up to you. She told the liquor store owner. You're in deep trouble, buddy.
She said she loved me. She wanted to care for me. She would never stop talking about McCaffrey. McCaffrey was a writer. McCaffrey was a hero. McCaffrey cared for the little guy.
Did you kill her?
Might as well have. Kicked her out. She had nowhere to go.
Must have made you feel very jealous.
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Then whose car was that you drove off
Have
in?
access to a lug wrench?
No, we use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
Well, considering that we found a lug nut wrench with blood on it with your workplace's name inscribed in it.
Coroner's report says that Evelyn was killed with a wrench. I think you did it and then planted the evidence at McCaffrey's apartment for us to find.
We went to his apartment. McCaffrey was up on the roof. Evelyn stole the book. McCaffrey went crazy when he found out. He said he would put her out of her misery. He can be very cruel.
Alright, well, we're not done with you yet.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
That's strange. She always wore it. A big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key, present from the prop department in her old movie studio.
We want to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
Alright, we need to talk to Mr. McCaffrey now. McCaffrey's in this room, I believe. Figure out what he knows.
You ready to answer some questions?
You think I have all the answers?
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
Touche, detective. Let's see where this takes us.
Let's start off for where you were the night of the murder.
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
That's a lie, sir.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You were out at the rail yard.
And what do you have that proves I was there?
Well, let's see. If you were working on the manuscript, you must have been using the second half of the torn letter as scrap paper.
How about half of Augusta Summers' last correspondence with her daughter? What are you talking about?
After you were done beating Evelyn, you searched her and found her mother's letter. That old lady's anguish amused you.
I know nothing about a letter or Evelyn's goddamn mother.
So what was it doing on your writing desk?
I don't know, but if I didn't put it there, somebody else did. Try exercising the powers of deduction on that.
He's looking a little bit more nervous now. Tire iron.
We found the lug wrench that Evelyn was battered with in your apartment, and the note from her mother, and your blood-stained clothing. We have you cold, McCaffrey.
You think if I could be bothered to murder Evelyn Summers, I would be stupid enough to leave the evidence in my apartment?
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you, Grosvenor. The evidence says that you killed her.
You can prove that I wanted to kill Evelyn?
Well, the fact that she stole your book really drove you up the wall, according to James Tiernan.
Tiernan is prepared to testify that you threatened Evelyn's life in his presence.
Self-preservation, in some respect. Okay, I'll level with you. Tiernan killed Evelyn. He came to me for help. I listened to him, He explained why.
Tiernan went to you for help. You expect me to buy that?
That's how it went down. I told him he made a terrible mistake, but he would be throwing his life away if he went to the cops. I took his things and told him I would dispose of them.
But you didn't.
Still lying in your apartment.
He'll give it up.
We're not done with you yet either. It's telling us to use the phone, so let's go ahead and use the phone. I hope the LAP is going to reimburse me for that quarter.
Putting you through now.
Need a drink. I got the jitters again.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grover McCaffrey.
Just a moment, Detective. McCaffrey was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Convictions for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training in Syracuse. Assault on a local woman. Says he almost beat the woman to death.
Thanks.
He never told us that. Okay. He definitely did not tell us that. Alright. James, we have something else we need to ask you.
You spoken to McCaffrey? I can go, it's all been cleared up?
Not quite.
Nope.
We have one more question we need to ask, James. Then I think we will be done.
Sure. Go ahead.
So Evelyn passed out, and you walked out. What happened next?
I woke up in the morning. Very hungover. I thought Evelyn would come back.
Not true.
I know you're lying, James. You went out looking for her. Tell me what really happened.
I don't know what you're talking about. How can you say I wasn't in that hotel room?
Looking very nervous. But guess what? Second time McCaffrey sold you out.
You wound up at McCaffrey's. You were still incredibly drunk. You passed out on his floor. It's time to tell me what really happened.
McCaffrey woke me up the next morning. He showed me the buck wrench and the letter and the box. He said I came in with him last night. He said that I killed Evelyn. And that it was all over the radio. And that he would protect her. And I don't know, Detective, for the life of me, I can't remember a goddamn thing. I was angry with her. Really angry. I could have done it. It wasn't me.
Was it me? Well, we don't know.
Wait here.
It's not really much of a confession if he's asking if he did it or not, because we don't know either. But we're going to press what we just learned about McCaffrey's dishonorable discharge on him and see what we get out of it.
You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw. It changes a man. I came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was a pen and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
Never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
That's a lie.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You have a history of violence towards women.
How do you turn a couple parking tickets and a petty theft misdemeanor into an assault charge?
Well, we just found out about your dishonorable discharge. Something that you
We know
left
all
out.
about you and your dishonorable discharge. Beating some poor woman near to death in Syracuse. You've never been in combat, McCaffrey. Your whole life is a fraud.
She was a goddamn peasant whore. She tried to steal from my wallet. I could have fought for this country. I could have...
You beat her because she stole from you. Because she tried to outsmart you.
The ignorant audacity of the bitch. What is a man supposed to do? Sit there and take it? How is a man supposed to call himself a man?
And Evelyn Summers, a poor, drunken nobody, stole your book.
And she got what was coming to her.
Oh, I think that's good enough. He is angry. I'm charging you.
Grosvenor McCaffrey, I'm charging you with the murder of Evelyn Summers. She was a sad lady. Never hurt anyone except herself. I hope God finds a way to forgive you.
Holy moly, that was crazy.
Congratulations, boys. You bagged the fine
Captain's
catch.
happy.
Another red to boot. Grand. Now, I want you to put this business about a repeat offender out of your mind. This McCaffrey creature shows no remorse, and neither will the grand jury. You would have to walk a long mile to find a better candidate for an unmarked part of prison's area.
Wow, that was crazy. He can't hurt anybody anymore. Very nicely done. Alright everybody, that is going to conclude this episode of LA Noire here on Gotham Lounge, the studio secretary murder. We got a 5-star rating, we found every clue possible, we answered every question correctly, had some damage in the city as well as other vehicles, but small price to pay for putting another killer behind bars. But yeah everybody, thank you so much for joining in once again here on Gotham Lounge. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up on the video and leave a comment as always. If you would like to continue to stay in touch with us, watch past videos and other videos in the future to come, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button on the lower right hand corner of the screen and you'll get a bell notification every time I upload a video. So once again, thank you guys once again for tuning in here on Gotham Lounge for this episode of LA Noire, and you guys have a fantastic day.